Hey everybody and welcome back to Minna no Rhythm Tengoku, also known as Rhythm Heaven Fever. So, as the game teased us last time, we are not actually done yet. They've added an additional 3 sets of minigames. However, these 3 sets of minigames are all pretty much reskins and redos of ones we've already played. So, you know, nothing too new. Not much changes, even the medal requirement, like the hit and miss, depending on the minigame you're playing, is still the same, like, and the controls all stay the same stuff. The only thing that really changes is, like, some themes, the colors, this song, and that's about it. Otherwise, the controls and stuff of the reskin minigames are pretty much the same, so this is Samurai Slice 2. So, and we're gonna start getting into our, sorry, the pointer I decided to activate. We're gonna get into our set of redo or reskin sets. All of them, as far as I remember, are all reskins of previous minigames we've already played. I think a couple of them add like one more audio cue. We know when there's a different thing about it if it lets us do a tutorial when we jump into the game. Otherwise, we know that everything's just going to be the same as it was. So, with that said, let's get back into it with the reskin games.
Samurai Slice 2.
Soul Calibur 2. So as you can see, you didn't even do a tutorial, we're just right into it. We're in a different setting, our character looks a little bit different, and I've forgotten how to play the game. So this is probably around the time where I have no idea what's on our head. This is probably around the time where I'm probably not going to be getting medals right off the bat, because I'm not getting tutorials to remember the minigames. Yeah. So we're probably not going to be getting medals right off the bat, because I have to relearn everything. But, let's just ignore that this happened, and we'll go back, do the minigame again until I get the medal. Hey, I got you a flower. So, we'll try that again. Even if you don't get a medal, still unlocks the next game, Working Dough 2. But, let me do this again, and get the medal. And we got the superb that time, even though I still made a couple of mistakes, but yeah. The difficulty of the minigames themselves don't change at all, like the hit or miss ratio and stuff. It doesn't change at all. It still acts the same way. It's just a different song, a remix. So, with that done and medaled up, after all the perfect medals all the way through the game, I mess up on the first remix game. Let's go to Working Dough 2. I'm probably gonna fail a lot of these the first try, honestly, because I don't do the second set that much, or I haven't played the second set as much as I've played the first set, because I've played the first set a bunch of times because I was doing this really dumb speedrun, blind run idea. And I always stopped at the credits, so. Now we're in Little Kettles. And the last three, or the last four hits there are the exact same for the first minigame. So yeah, as you can see, the themes and everything changes. The song's a little bit different. That song was a lot more slow-paced and such than the first one. Mr. Game & Watch wasn't running around as much, but he still got trapped in one of the balls somehow. I don't know how he managed that. Delicious tea. I have a cup of tea right now. So there's a particular name for that spirit ghost machine thing we just saw fly off there, I think. I'm pretty sure that's some kind of Japanese folklore. I can't remember off the top of my head, but here's a minigame I'm gonna enjoy a lot, because I like this minigame a bunch. This is Built to Scale 2. So, let's have some fun. Built to Scale is still one of my favorites. As far as I remember, if you remember the first Built to Scale, well, of course you do, you just watched the video. Or recently watched the videos, I don't know. Anyway. It slowly sped up and stuff. As far as I remember, this one is a little bit crazier. So let's do it. Once again, I love how kanji looks. Kanji just looks cool. So as you can see, I messed up twice there, but the gimmick with that one, obviously, is they had a lot more gears rolling in at once. The pattern never really changes, but the timing changes as you're playing, as you probably heard. That, and I really like the sound of the remix in that one. It's just so full and fun and bouncy. I like that one a lot. It's one of my favorite minigames. Built to Scale's great. Job well done, everybody. Job well done. And we got our medal first try. Now, oh, it's telling us to go for a perfect on the fishing one. That's a medal I'm never going to get in my lifetime. Also, I don't know if I said this already, I'm not going to be bothering doing like perfect runs for this LP or anything. We're just going to get the first medal and get on with it. Alright, so we're going on Double Date 2. So this one ought to be fun. Gotta kick more balls, let's see how they change this one up. We're on a farm now. really like their costumes and stuff for this one. The weasels themselves didn't really change, but one thing I don't think I talked about at all during this, unlike a lot of, you know, rhythm-based games or music games or whatever, there's usually like some kind of judgment fail state that you'll get while you're playing. Now this game does have it, but it doesn't like fail you if you're screwing up during the minigame. You'd still get to enjoy the full song and listen to it and learn it without having to restart from the beginning if you fail in the middle or have a hard time at a certain part. It doesn't do that to you. So that's one reason, another reason I really appreciate the Rhythm Heaven series. Isn't that adorable? It's another reason I really appreciate the Rhythm Heaven series. They let you enjoy the minigame still, even if you fail it. And it's just a nice way of going about it. So we are already through our set of remixes on the way to the 8th remix. So, how could they possibly change it up now? How crazy could these remixes get at this point? Also, you may have noticed that the theme song on the menu has changed to a remix of Night Walk, the credits song. It sounds really good and full, and the menu just feels a lot more alive. It's great. Let's head up the 8th remix. So that song was really fast-paced. I was a little bit freaked out because they did start mixing in games from other ones. And I was a little bit, ooh, yeah, I didn't do good enough. I made too many mistakes. Because the way the remixes work, like, the judgment is a little bit harsher, and if, like, the simple mistakes that you still get it perfect on in the main games, not so kind here. Because they mash up together, the point scale and everything, the same way, you know, like, they mash the songs together so the point system of all of them are mashed together too. So I definitely messed up a little bit too much on that one. There are a couple of bad mistakes I made. So I just had to play that again. I was a bit thrown off because it's been a long time since I've done that remix, so when they started mixing in minigames from different, like, that weren't part of this set, I was like, oops. So, yeah, that a little bit freaked me out. And in fact, I think the only one they did mix in was, this one. So, that was interesting. Let's try that again, see if we can get a better score. Oh wow, I wasn't sure I got it that time, because I made a couple mistakes that it penalized me quite greatly for last time. Not as much, but I still didn't think I did good enough to get the superb. Either way, we did it. Moving on. I do like that some of the remixes are a little bit more than just like they're actual songs performed, and it's great, and they sound good. At least in the Japanese version. A lot of these the remix songs that are actually sung, I like the Japanese versions a lot better than the English ones, for the most part. Just cause, you know, when you translate Japanese songs to English songs, there's always a little bit tricky because you can't keep the same, you know, like you can't keep the same beat in the word if you translate it perfectly, so you have to change the translation a little bit. Even sometimes when you try to make compensation so that it can still sound like it's perfect one-to-one in both versions. The English version is always going to suffer a little bit when you're translating a Japanese song a lot of the time. So, you know, it just doesn't sound quite as natural unless they do it in such a way where it's just really well done. There are Japanese songs that have been done in English. You can look at Funimation for some of the dub songs they've done for good examples that get the beat, keep the song the way it's supposed to be, and sounds good in both languages. In this game, I don't think they nailed it as much. There's nothing wrong with them, but I also don't... I'm a little bit more fond of the Japanese voices, singers. A lot of their voices just sound nicer. So, not as, like, to say anything bad about the English singers or anything, because the songs still sound good, and they did a fantastic job translating it and localizing it to bring it over here in the first place. But, you know, it's just hard not to favor the original. Anyway, that's it for the 8th set. Next time, we're going to move on to the second to last set, set 9. Oh boy, I love Rap 2. So I hope you guys look forward to that one. This has been Bluebomberimo. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, have a great day.